I'm quilting this with a sort of spiral around the sewing line. So I have started here, come around this seam, gone back to the start, and then crossed over to the edge of the next strip. And this is where I'm just coming down here again now. And I'll do that all the way around. I'm using a little feather stitch with a variegated thread, which is quite pretty. I'll just do a little bit of this on camera and then I will show you the end result. You need to be a little bit careful at the intersections to make sure that your stitching stays centered over the seam. So the center of my foot is running along the actual seam line here, so that the little feathers are coming either side. Okay, I'm coming up to this seam line now, so I'm just going to go slowly. Make sure that it's stopped on that pivot point there, and actually looking at it, I'm not quite in line. So I'm going to come back and do another. There we go, that's better. Now I'm coming up to the end of this strip here, and I'm going to carry on past the end to the outside of the next strip. And pivot, and away we go. And then you're just carrying on like that around the whole of the block. I'm just coming down along this seam here, and you can see that this is where my fabric has ended, my wadding has ended underneath. I'm not going to fuss about anything. I'm just going to come along here and then carry on along this seam here. And if it means that as I go round, I fall off the edge of the block every now and then, it really doesn't matter. Sometimes you'll carry on stitching round, and sometimes you'll just stop and start again in the right place. So I've carried on round, and you can see I'm just coming up to the end here. So all I'm going to do is stitch off the end. I will break my thread. I'm not going to use the thread cutter because sometimes that resets your stitch pattern and you might not want that to happen. So the next seam line is all the way across here. So let's just start it over there. So you're just following the seam lines of your block. I'm going to come down to here and then go around here and carry on in that fashion until I've stitched the entire block. And this has the advantage of securing all the layers as well as looking pretty.